week with Springfield After Hours, and I'm here with my host. And we've got a new one right here. This is Peyton. Say hi to Peyton. He's also on Grants and After Hours too, but we love him more. I'm just saying. And we got Patricia and Nina, and then we have our guest, this is the Cherry Bomb Burlesque girls. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Bellatrix. I've been with the troupe for 5 years. I am Stevie Nips, and I've been with the troupe a little over 2 years.
I'm kind of hot Donna, and I've been with the troupe for almost 3 years now.
I'm Lexi Lace, and I've been with the troupe for 2 years. I am Lou Louise, and I have been with the troupe for over a year now.
Is there a certain one of you that is the head of the group? Oh, that would be you.
I am here to confirm I am currently in charge.
Currently in charge, so you weren't always in charge.
No, before me was Kiwi Kendrick. Before that was Miss Fancy, and then it was Baby B Stiletto before that. So,
you guys have like pictures of you?
We should.
Yes. So you're going to have a show here at Lindbergh's this Saturday, and it's ruining your childhood. So tell me about that.
Well, it's kind of a duo, so we're going to ruin your childhood with some nostalgia from songs to TV shows, the like, just completely destroy it in a fun way with TNA. But it's also a charity event with the Ozarks Food Harvest for Hunger Awareness Month, which Louise can tell you more about.
Right, so September is Hunger Action Month. It's a nationwide month through Feeding America, which is a nationwide organization that combats hunger. Ozarks Food Harvest is the food bank for the southwestern 28 county region. And the whole month is filled with partnerships that help raise money or awareness about hunger or increase education about hunger in our local Ozark area. Lindbergh's actually has a drink special, the Endless Summer, so $1 of every cocktail is going to the food bank, and then 20% of our show on Saturday goes to the food bank, and we're having a food drive as well, and that all stays local in the Ozarks area. 1 in 7 adults and 1 in 5 kids have to deal with hunger in our area, so that's thousands of people. The food bank serves 261,000 individuals monthly, so that's a lot of folks that benefit from those services, and that's for your friends, your neighbors, your family, all those folks.
Oh, so at every show do you raise money, or is it just this?
No, we just choose charities throughout the time, like throughout the year to benefit, and September being the Hunger Advocacy Month, we thought that'd be a good one to go with. Oh yeah, and we have raffles available this Saturday at the show, so we've got gift bags filled with goodies from us, and all the money from the raffle will also benefit Ozarks Food Harvest. Yeah.
So some of the prizes that we're having in the raffle for the drawing, for the big prizes, we've got 2 free movie passes for Alamo Draft House, because they were generous enough to donate, and then we have a $20 gift certificate from Lindbergh's. So, also free merch, because we have merch, and we'll get rid of it.
Awesome. So typically, how does your show go? You won't be performing on stage.
Like someone to take this.
Yeah, you won't be performing on stage tonight, so I want to explain, how.
So generally we do 2 halves, and each of us do at least 2 numbers during the show. It doesn't always happen, with lives outside of burlesque. So the MC comes out, introduces our show, and then we all come on kind of one by one and do routines. Sometimes there's themed shows, so like this particular one is during your childhood, but we do just general, we call them hot bodies, and it's kind of just do whatever you want. I generally do a lot of like Cardi B and rap songs, because I'm a little ghetto, but it's okay. At least I own it, right? And then we have, everybody kind of has a specialty outside of that as well. Louise is kind of one of our more artistic dancers, so she does a lot more
involved. Bellatrix is also, we're all artistic dancers, but some of us bring more of like a contemporary thing. Bring more of like a contemporary thing to the stage. But yeah, so we come out, we do, and then our songs. And then of course, the end of the show, we do a big group like finale thing. And then for other shows, like big featured ones, Halloween, we usually invite sideshow, and we do sideshow stuff as well. So Burlesque is a pretty, in Springfield, it's a diverse artistic form. Cherry Bomb is neo-burlesque. So we have classical burlesque technique, which is a classy striptease, lots of teasing to the audience, glove feels, artful revealing of the body. But neo-burlesque, we get to bring in things beyond the classical theme. So we get to do really fun things. Something that comes to mind, one of our former heads of the troupe, Miss Fancy, she had Grandma Fancy as a character. So that's really fun. She'd come out as a grandma in a pantsuit, you know, and reveal to a sexy, Throwing butterscotch candy.
exactly, classical old lady bits, and reveal to a sexy old lady. And she also did a Hillary Clinton bit where she had one of my favorite things to date, the pantsuit to a pantsuit reveal. So, you know, it was fantastic. And with Ruin Your Childhood, you know, we've got all kinds of things. We've got, for this show, we have everything from Mr. Rogers to Little Einsteins to SpongeBob. So, put those things in your mind. But then imagine that sexy.
That one's a duet, so
Right.
duets are challenges.
Yeah, we have solos, duets, group numbers, and in general, it's just a really fucking good time. It's fun.
That's really neat. Okay, I have a question. Because when you were introducing yourselves, you mentioned how long that you have been with this group. So have you done burlesque before with a different troupe, or are any of you, is this your first?
I feel like we all have the same answer. We kind of all have the same answer. Some of us, I say, well, me. I do sideshow as well, so I did burlesque for a different troupe for a very short time. But yeah, most of us have just done it here exclusively. We'll travel occasionally and we'll go out and do things like on our own. But we are Cherry Bombs, and that's just right away.
No pressure, right. So you kind of talked about the different styles of burlesque, but for people that don't know what burlesque is and what it means and what it stands for, kind of tell Springfield what that is and what drew each of you to pursuing this creative path.
I mostly wanted to dance. That's why I started. I didn't realize there were so many other opportunities and pros about it, and empowerment is definitely one of those things. Being really confident about your body and what you're doing with it, and you're very vulnerable up on stage. And it's also, it's very liberating to just be up there and take your clothes off and then just walk away and hear people still cheering for you. It's very exciting. It's an excellent way to express your own creativity. And if you're going through an event, your number will usually represent that you're going through that event as well. And it's nice to leave everything on stage for the community, which is nice. So.
Here, take this! Take it, do something. I don't want it anymore.
So dancing's why I started, but everything else is where I've stayed.
I do have a good, well, good's a relative term. So I was a victim of domestic abuse about 6 years ago now, and it was incredibly traumatic. And I lost a lot of sense of ownership of my body and the idea that I get to make decisions for what happens for me and my safety. So I saw a Cherry Bomb show. I actually went to the costume contest that the Cherry Bombs held, and my costume was Edgar Allan Poe. And so I won the contest, and I got 2 free passes to a class that we teach every once in a while. I went to the class, and the previous troop leader, Huey Kendrick, who wasn't the leader at the time, but he came up to me and he was like, well, when are you joining? And I was like, I don't know. So I ran merch for one show, and then the troupe lead at the time, Miss Fancy, came up and she was like, well, you're performing in the next one. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was terrified. But it gave me back an ownership of my body and my mind and the ability to make my own decisions. I decide how I get naked, when, no one's allowed to touch me, anything like that. So it really is a big sense of empowerment, and then being surrounded by such creative, beautiful women who are all bringing their own stories and inspiration to the troupe. It gives you a lot of creative freedom, and you always have someone to catch your back if you can't figure out how to do something or how to express something. So it really is a family where we just kind of happen to get naked once a month on stage to express ourselves.
Actually, it's your fault. I was helping my childhood best friend make costumes for her. And I really kind of started, just really appreciating everything that went into it, the creativity and the art and the technique and everything. And so I came to a meeting with her, and the leader of the troupe at the time, Miss Fancy, was like, so you're going to kitten and then you're going to do stuff. And I was like, yeah, sounds great. So I started doing shows, and I started doing shows for the creativity and loved sewing and making costumes and bedazzling and the hours I spend bedazzling. At first was very daunting, and now I'm just like, I get to rhinestone stuff and it's great. Honestly, I thought it would be the reverse. Yes, so many rhinestones. And they're everywhere, in my bathtub, in the shower drain, in the sink, on the floor. Sometimes I find them like on my cat, My boyfriend's like, I hate glitter, and I'm like, I'm sorry. It's just gonna say, you don't even do stuff at this house, and I'm like, no, but it comes with me. Glitter is a disease, and it's fine. Yes. So then I stayed around for body positivity as a curvy girl. As someone who I don't look in the mirror all the time and think, man, I'm skinny and I love everything about my body. But when I do shows and in preparation for shows and being around these people is empowering and a great experience. And also just, attention is really nice. As much as we like to bitch about the guys sliding into our DMs, it's really nice to be like, oh, 16 people want to be friends with me. It's chill, Yeah. So body positivity mainly, but then other aspects as well. So I came to dance at a late age. I was 19 before I actually embraced dancing, because as a child I was very stifled creatively because I didn't come from a creative family, so I was very much the black sheep that nobody understood. And when I got into my 20s, I just stumbled upon Cherry Bomb and befriended the members and became a guest performer. And it's such a supportive troupe that lets you express whatever you want on stage, whether it has to do with politics, religion, just personal things going on in your life, or just for the fun of performing. And I fell in love with this troupe, and they embraced me as a performer, and so I've been blessed enough to grow here and be able to embrace whatever weird niche I want to explore. And it's been great. And also just like you said, the body positivity, the support of every shape and size, because one of my favorite quotes is like, if you want to have a dancer body, one, have a body to dance. And I don't think that message is present enough in the world, because there's so many people, especially in adulthood, who want to embrace dance as a performance art, who feel like they've missed the boat and they can't do it. And this troupe has proved that wrong. And if you want to perform, and if you've got a message, especially now in the world, because the world is so jacked up, if you have a vision in your mind, that's there for a reason. You need to share that, because you have no control. Once you share your artistic vision, you have no control over what effect that has in the world. And to have a place where you can share that and you have people to rely on to help you make that a reality, that's priceless. And that's why I love this troupe and why I will continue to perform with them.
So much fun. I don't think I know.
troupe before I was officially part of the troupe as an opening act. I've always done more music than dance in the past. So the first time I saw a burlesque show was actually as part of an opening band for a Cherry Bombs show. And I didn't know what I was watching. I didn't know what I was getting into. And I was basically just like open-mouthed like the entire time. It was an especially theme-heavy show too, which I loved. Like I saw Miss Fancy juice some limes on like a juicer bra. There was so much going on, and I was just like obsessed instantly. I'm like, I need to go to all of these shows, even if I'm not a part of it, because I love what they're doing. And every week, these amazing performers were just like embracing positivity and confidence, but also there was such an anything goes rule, and I think that's really what made me fall in love with it.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We're both sorry. Yeah, that's really what I think drew me to this troupe was the anything goes mentality. I have a lot of weird ideas, and I like that no matter what, everyone's like, yeah, that's chill. So, yeah, combination we have to talk about.
She made a skirt out of sauce packets from Taco Bell. Like anything goes.
Ate a burrito on stage.
On stage.
With one of the sauce packets.
That's creative. Yes.
And that's why we're here.
So, if anybody wants to join the group, what would they have to do?
We actually are talking about potentially having some kind of audition format. I think in the past we've done kind of an open house audition thing, but it hasn't been super successful with people showing up. So I think what we're doing now is trying to get people involved and asking us about it, and then we can schedule a day where if they are interested in performing, we usually meet on Tuesdays, so we would probably schedule a Tuesday night for them to show up and audition something for us.
Yeah, and I think the criteria for joining Cherry Bomb is like your willingness to be vulnerable and fearless with the truth. We understand there's a difference between being open with, the 5 of us versus an audience of people. But you have to be willing to know that you have to be willing to accept our support and then accept this sisterhood, because we're not just about showing up and showing off, we're about being a family. And so if you want to be friends with us, basically, if you're willing to sit with us, then you can be in the troupe. Like, we all develop performance skills as we go. Like, I know we're all better performers today than we were 1, 2, or 3 years ago. We've all got performances that we look back on and we're like, ooh, why did you let me do that?
Have you ever had any guys leave?
Oh, yeah.
Our previous troupe
Lead was a male.
You should be a guest. Yeah, you should be a guest.
Hey, honey. Hi. I will say all nipples are illegal in bars, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a sad fact.
But it's okay because we make beautiful pasties. So, yeah. Which we sell. Right. No use.
That's a different site. Yeah.
That's a different website. Yeah.
Use code word.
But yeah, Kiwi Kendrick, he was our troupe lead for 1 and 2 years? Well, like a long time. A long time performer. So, like we said, we're open to anyone. It's about expressing yourself on stage. Like,
I just had one last question. I heard you talk about there's some classes sometimes that you guys put on. Is there one coming up?
yes, yeah, we'll have a class in a couple of months. Just pay attention to our Facebook page, and that's where we post all of our updates. And if you're interested, just message us anytime via Instagram or Facebook, and we'll hook you up.
I do encourage anybody who's interested to be very patient because it is holiday season and we have big shows coming up for the rest of the year. So, it's not a great time to be bringing new people on in the sense of we don't have a lot of time to devote outside of performances because Halloween is huge, and then we've got our 10-year anniversary coming up in November, and then we have a Christmas show, and then New Year's. So there's a promotion show too. So wow,
Lots of shows coming up. Lots of shows.
we call it season.
Well, we're going to talk about what we did this last week, which we were pretty busy. The three of us went to 4x4 Brewing Company. Here's Against Humanity. If you've ever played Cards Against Humanity, basically the same thing, just get to drink beer. That was really fun, but we so lost. So lost. What did we do? We had like 2 points. 2 points. 2 measly points. Yeah, we tried to get other people to. We took a picture of the cards and we went live and tried to get people.
Dominique and I ate a lot of popcorn.
Yeah, we ate so much popcorn and drank delicious beer. Oh, and then we went to karaoke at Ruthie's down the street. That was fun. That was fun.
frequent reviews after every show. So
Oh, great. Let's see, and that was Thursday. Oh yeah, and Wednesday and Thursday. I got more work done on my tattoo. Wish I had been doing live video of that too. Wayne from Legacy did that. I have one more session, which will be next week. So watch the page for more live video. And Friday, went to Archie's Lounge with the Shimmy. You were on stage with them.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
I had just gotten back from a wedding, and I was outside talking, and Erin comes finds me, and she's like, "Get your ass on stage!" I'm like, "What am I doing?"
They did awesome. So guys, this was awesome together. And then some of our street team, they were here for Funk Tank. That's a fun show always. And Saturday, I was just hanging out downtown with some of my friends. Went to Troughs and the Flea.
I saw you at the Flea.
Yeah. Wandering around. Yeah, hi. Hi. And then some of our street team went over to the Outland Ballroom for their show there, and I didn't. There was a lot of bands there.
It was Slip, Winter Solstice, and One.
Oh yeah, because you had to get through that over.
Was it? It said Winter Solstice on our thing.
That was coffee and coffee and pasted it.
But I didn't see
And
that
then tonight, I mean this is live, we announced it on the list, but tonight we're going to Shuffle. A M&M show. Obviously not the real Slim Shady.
Every time you say shuffle, I just should be like, no Cupid!
Oh man.
I mean, how weird would it be though? Because if I remember correctly, I know that Marshall Mathers is from like Detroit, I think, but didn't he like live in St. Louis for a while? So I wouldn't be shocked if he was there. Like it wouldn't.
And he stands up. Yeah.
And then Machine Gun Kelly just walks in the back and is like, "Fuck you." That would be worth it.
Stay tuned for live video of that show tonight. So this coming week, what we're doing is we're going to your show here. Yay! So we'll be here for that on Friday, right? Saturday. See, I'm getting my days mixed up.
We do have one on Friday. It's just not here.
Oh yeah, that's what
Our
you're saying.
performance at Martha's for the
There is
baseball.
Martha's performance. I got mixed up. Okay, and then we're going on Friday. We are going to shuffle for Patient Eyes. See them, and I think Euphoria Morning is there, and also Euphoria Morning and Luna J. Patient Eyes is not for me. The other two are. Home City. We're also going to the Flea's birthday bash. Are you going to be at that? Maybe. Well, it's going on all day long, so we'll be there at some point. But yeah.
In Springfield.
Springfield, that's the thing. But those are all what we have planned for sure, but have our street team out and they're doing stuff too. So our conversation starters are, when you're out and about, you could ask these questions. What does your ideal weekend night look like?
appreciate that I'm holding the microphone.
Okay, so I work retail, which means I don't get weekends, but if I had an ideal weekend, it would be me at home with my fat orange cat and watching terrible television and eating food that's bad for me. Like it's probably nachos or maybe just the cheese out of the bag. And nobody texts me and nobody calls me and I just sit there with my cat and don't talk to people. And that sounds wonderful.
Can you elaborate on that just a little bit?
No, that's it. That's all I got.
What is the terrible television? What is your guilty pleasure terrible show?
So I'm really into like 90s sitcoms, just sitcoms in general. Right now it's Roseanne, because I love Dan Connor. He's the perfect man. And I also love, I think DJ is the cutest kid in the world. So that's the one right now. I do watch a lot of Gilmore Girls also, like a lot.
You are now my favorite person.
I probably have that entire series memorized.
What about you guys? Ideal weekend.
My ideal weekend, and I haven't got to do it in quite some time. For those of you that know me, my dads are a very big part of my life, and we do pretty well everything together. So I love when the three of us get to go out to like a gay bar up here or in like Fayetteville, because we don't often get down there, and like we just get on the dance floor and dance, like just nobody's around, we don't care, anything like that, because I'm with my two best friends, and so we just do all that, and then we go eat like steak and shake, and I get a Royale burger, always. Anything with a fried egg on it.
Okay, so second question. What qualities do you admire in others? Patricia. I don't like people.
Quality that I admire in someone. I don't like people. So I don't know. How do I answer that when I don't like people? I admire the quality of not being around when I don't want them around.
I admire opposites. That's cool.
Or their dogs. I admire people's dogs. That's a good one. I admire their pets. That's what I admire most about people.
I'm gonna say honesty and people that have an authentic sense of self. If you live your truth, even if I may not necessarily understand it, which there's not much I don't understand, but you know, if you're living your truth, yes, queen, do it.
Yeah, I would agree with that, honestly. And just like when you can tell people are genuine, when you can see in someone, you just look at them and you're like, oh, okay, I can see that you are who you are. And there's just no, you don't care about hiding your true self, and you don't care about trying to please other people, and you know, you care about being you. And when you're genuine, you attract those type of people to you. And that's, I think, probably why we don't know so
And you lose a lot of people in the process
This
too.
is so true, yeah. When you discover yourself and become the genuine person that you are and really don't give too many fucks about what other people care about, you know, how they think about you, you know, you lose a lot of people, but then you find your close ones and those are the ones that right, yeah, if they can't, you know, accept you for who you are, they don't need to be around. Right.
The way I always describe is that I find someone that's unapologetically them. And I love that because I'm like, it took me a really long time to figure out that, oh, I'm unapologetically me. I am entirely me, and that's, I really as well admire that in somebody. When I can meet them and go, oh, you're completely you.
Okay, so last question. What do you wish you do more of?
Sleep!
I think we all are on that same page.
Yeah.
I'm 24 and a male, okay?
Rants and after hours, so you can say whatever you want.
I'm just gonna say I'm 24. I'm so not gonna say that. But yeah, somebody's shutting off the mic. just say that like I'm 24 and single, by the way. Just saying.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But you know, it just. There's a song, yeah, Embrace Myself. There's a song from Rocky Horror Picture Show that really just come touch me. I wanna feel dirty. There we go.
Welcome to the real Branson After Hours, Springfield After Hours karaoke Smackdown.
This is all Springfield.
Yeah, this is all.
But he's wearing the word Branson,
I'm
so.
currently rapping Rocky Horror Picture.
Oh, hot mama. It's beautiful.
Well, while they all show their lovely ladies talk, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you, ladies, for being on the show. And we want to see you again. And go live. And everybody come out to see their show here at Lindbergh's. Yeah. But thanks so much. And we're out.